a little one-shot prepared for you in a universe that we're currently playing in Season 2. We are going to be doing something a little outside of what we normally do, in the sense that this is a standalone adventure. Typically, we do long-form actual play campaigns, but we do have a few one-shots and a few mini-series available on the podcast. Would you guys like to introduce yourself really quick? My name is Dane Miller. I'm the GM for this session, and I'm just hyped to be here.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Niall.
Oh, or me, yeah. I'm Niall. Most often a player, occasionally GM. Currently playing a precog who can see the future called Flitlick Cavendale. And I'm also really happy to be here. Ryan is
you're muted, Ryan. Starting strong.
Starting real strong. Oh, he's still muted.
Nope.
Can you...
Still muted.
Why are... Oh, this is bad.
Look, we knew it was going to be smooth sailing.
Yeah. When we talked about bullying Ryan, we weren't joking. We cut him off, guys. It's just us now.
A little bit more about the show while Ryan solves his technical problems. We have a full 70 episode season ready to go, locked and loaded in our first campaign. And then we have a bunch of smaller one-shots and miniseries. We are a mostly sci-fi podcast using the Starfinder system for the most part. But we have dabbled in independent games and some other larger publisher games like Tales of the Valiant, Eldritch Automata. We've played indie games such as The Time We Have.
Am I back?
There he is.
Go.
He's back. Let's talk about the show.
I just wanted to make my entrance dramatic.
That was dramatic.
Hello. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm Ryan, full-time player, full-time... I messed stuff up. I'm playing Flanagan Sheeran, so he's a little... Ant-Man, he's a father of 12, and he's an evolutionist who punches his enemies with fists made of lightning. Let's go.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Hell
Let's go.
Fantastic. Gentlemen, it is your day off. You have had a tough sort of initial landing on the planet that just appeared in the solar system of Casimol called Durasancta. About a year ago, this planet just sort of magically appeared in the solar system out of nowhere, and now there is a rush to colonize it. You two are members of the sort of initial group to colonize this planet. You're a member of these settlements, and your landing was, shall we say, less than ideal. You've had a bit of a tough go of it, but things have finally settled down, and you guys finally have a day to sort of unwind and rest and kind of just do your own thing instead of dealing with a myriad of crises. Flit, could you introduce your character, describe what you look like, give us a little sort of vibe check of who you are and what you're doing on your day off?
Yeah, so Flit he comes from a very incredibly wealthy background, but to see him, he's like a humanoid, like butterfly is the best way to describe it. But where his wings or the wings of others of his kind are like upright and bright, his kind of like hang like limp down the back of him, almost like a cape. And it looks like dusty stained glass, because he's also a Borai, which is undead. So he died mysteriously, came back to life mysteriously, and is kind of struggling with this new identity. But to see him, he just looks like a humanoid butterfly man. He's currently like walking around town trying to find somebody to get him his furniture back on his day off, because his furniture never arrived at his home, and he does not know who to go to, and everybody just keeps foisting him off on another person.
Fantastic. Ryan, can you introduce Flanagan and what you're doing on your day off?
Yeah, so as I said, Flanagan is a Sheeran, so he's about 4'9" Ant-Man, darker in color, He's wearing a leather jacket, a faded band tee, some jeans. He's got scars across his arms for when he was struck by lightning a couple months ago, which sort of set him on this journey. And he's a father of 12. He's just an older dad, just hanging out on his first big adventure, and he's currently making muffins.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that you are the coolest looking like bug dude ever.
Mhm.
Just like a straight up dad bug guy. And that pleases me greatly. Um, cool. I'm gonna say, Flit, you are walking through sort of the downtown core where most of the municipal buildings are. And you have probably been like bounced around to like 6 or 7 different offices at this point in time.
I'm
Sometimes
so
going
fed up.
back to the same office that you like started in, and you're just kind of ping ponging between these people and getting new forms and getting another name and another extension to call and yada yada.
I'm really bad with forms too because I've never filled one out for myself until now.
Yeah,
Like writing
I
is
would say
hard for me.
90% of them are also filled incorrectly. Like you're just like putting in things that shouldn't matter. Like there's like a single line and you've just filled
Yeah.
in.
Half the information that's left blank, I think, is like where I can put my opinion on how things are going today, and it's not going well. So I'm just complaining on half the slots.
Behind you, you feel a tug on the back of your coat.
Unhand me.
And you turn around, and it is the small Patra that you arrived on the planet with, Alikari Cloudhopper. He is a small cat folk. He seems to be a full grown man in terms of like appearance and
Age.
persona, but he is small. He's standing at about like just over 5 foot, which is extremely short for his species. But he's got these like big green eyes and a wide flat nose and this rather like sleek and shiny black coat. But he looks up at you and he just goes, excuse me, are you Flitwick?
Well, don't you know who I am? Didn't we meet on the spaceship? I believe you intruded rudely on our conversation, and you're eavesdropping. Do you not remember who I am?
I was just
Yes.
I was being polite. I didn't want to just assume, just in case there was, another person who looked like you, and then I would come across as maybe
What does that mean?
insensitive. I'm just, I'm just saying that if there was another person who looked like you in the settlement,
Okay.
then
Look, Alucari, it's me. What do you have for me? Is it my furniture?
no. So I was, this might be too much, but I've got a little bit of a problem, and I was wondering, since you've been kind of going around and solving problems, that perhaps that you would be able to help me with my problem.
You have money, Alucari?
I work for a place that has money.
Are they paying us?
Yes.
Well, in that case, fine. I'm done with all this anyway. How about this? I'll make you a trade. I hand him the forms. You fill these out. I'll do whatever problem you desire.
You see his eyes, like they're already pretty wide. They like light up, like they go like full saucer eyes. And he says,
Like Puss in
love
Boots, like
Yeah, he clutches them like to his chest, and he's just like, "I love forms. I love filling
Oh.
them out."
Oh. Well, your lucky day then. If you love it so much, I won't take it as a trade. It can just be a bonus on top of the money you were going to give us.
Deal. And he extends one of his paws out to shake.
So I shake it. What's this issue?
So I work down at the arcade over at Century Vista, which you know as the giant mega mall that was made out of a collapsed tower during the town's construction. It was converted by Wade Enterprises, which is the sort of corporate sponsor of the settlement. It was converted into a all-in-one mega mall entertainment complex. The back half of the mall is a sort of all-encompassing VR arcade entertainment depot. Essentially, there's like everything. If you've ever been to like a Dave and Buster's or a Palladium or something like that, it is that kind of idea where there's like rock climbing and go-karts and VR and just a bunch of like games to play. There's like a Midway. It's overwhelming in the best way. But that now that Alikari works there, and he says, so something weird is happening over at the arcade, and I think it's just better if I show you. No offense, but do you think that perhaps we could get the the strong one?
Strong one?
Yeah.
Maybe physically. There are other kinds of strength, Alikari. Strength of mind, strength of fortitude, strength of personality.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, can you get that one?
You go to the arcade, I'll get my friend. You better pay us both. And have those forms filled out.
Okay. And he just like hauls ass. Like he just full sprints back to the arcade, crashing into a few people as he goes. You could just hear some people being like, Alikari, watch out. And he's just like ping-ponging into people as he runs off.
Like on all fours like a cat?
No, he's like clutching the forms and full sprinting.
Hell yeah. Flit goes home, changes, and shows up at Vlin's door wearing like dungarees over like a white t-shirt, and it kind of looks like someone cosplaying as like a farmer because it's pretty much exactly what he's doing. And he bangs the door until Vlin opens, and then he just busts in regardless. And it's just like, Vlin, we're gonna do normal people stuff, and like spreads his arms.
Muffin?
Oh, I guess you already have that handled. We've got to go to the arcade.
Okay, so why are you dressed like a farmer?
Well, I thought I'd blend in. It's what normal people do.
I don't. Okay, can you start from the beginning? We're going to the arcade. Are we just having a good time? You want to?
Well, it's
loose?
Alikari, the annoying cat man.
Oh, please, he's lovely.
He's rude. Anyway, so he has a problem, but he's weird. So I'm sure it's nothing, which means we get to get paid to go to the arcade. And I'm sick of all the work I've done today. So we get to have a nice, relaxing day, make some money. It'll be great. And I'll blend in because I look like a man of the people like yourself.
Yeah, definitely. You don't have luggage, but you have a pair of dungarees. Like that's what you brought with you in your carry-on?
I planned ahead. I didn't want to stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Let me just put my muffins away, and then we're good to go.
Excellent. Let's go.
I'll bring some snack bags just in case.
Flit, can you give me a stealth check to see how well you're blending in with the regular folk? Let's see how good this outfit is.
I feel like it would look out of place today, and it looks so much more out of place in the future because it's almost like he saw it on some like historical drama, like a farmer chewing corn and his like
a pilgrim style.
Now, how about we do a disguise
in my head? Yeah,
disguise instead of stealth.
I'll take disguise. Yes,
disguise a 14, which is still okay.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, you. I think it's your confidence. It's your self-assuredness that this is the right thing that's selling it. I think if you were any less sure of yourself, it would be very strange. But I think the confidence in which you're wearing it is getting it past a lot of people's.
I'm convinced I'm nailing it.
Yeah.
Flit, do you even know what an arcade is?
There's games. Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
Right,
that's what it is.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. I just, for some reason, thought that you were going to say something silly, but
I think it's where children go when their parents work, right? The poor people.
No, as a father of 12, I've had a lot of birthday parties at arcades. So many tokens.
For yourself?
So many cheap pieces of gum.
Well, you can be my guide in this arcade wasteland.
Oh. Prepare yourself.
You guys make your way. You haven't been to the arcade yet. You've been to the mall, but you haven't been into the arcade emporium. And you finally make your way. It's at the far end of the mall. You kind of have to like walk the full length of this tower. And there is a massive sort of LED gateway that just says Arcade Emporium. And you are met with a couple attendants who slap a wristband on you and then usher you into the arcade. The place, as I mentioned before, is overwhelming in terms of stimulus. There's lights and whistles and bells and sirens going off at all point in time. There's screams of delight and enjoyment, but you immediately recognize that something isn't right here. That the screams of enjoyment and delight are actually a little more pained, a little more in distress. And Alucari comes running up to you when he sees you, and he says, "Hey guys, so thanks for coming. Thank you for bringing the strong one. If you
I'm so annoyed.
if you maybe take a look around, you might notice that, well, something's not right." And he grabs both your hands and drags you over to a kind of like a balcony that looks down into one of the gaming floors. It looks like it's the VR section. So there's a bunch of like square platforms where people with headsets on are, some people are fighting, some people are swinging sort of like a big foam sword. Other people seem to be, running. But all of them seem to be in a level of distress. And he says, so this happened about like a couple hours ago, just after we opened. It seems like people are into their games. And by that I mean like they're attached to the game and they can't stop. And whatever's happening in the game, well, it happens to them. And he points over to a dude who seems to be like in a boxing match, and after like 2 seconds of watching it, he gets crumpled. He hits the ground and like clutches his stomach, and spits out a glob of blood onto this lighted white platform that he's standing on, and then struggles back up to his feet.
And that's not meant to happen. I'm looking at Flynn.
No, not normally. Is this where games are now? It's been a bit.
I mean, there are some games that have haptic sensors, but not these ones. These ones are just supposed to be fun VR silly games. And I don't know why it's happening, but it's happening all over the arcade. And you see that like he leads you over to sort of more of the traditional arcade games with like, the cabinets, and there's a whole row of racing games. And people it looks like their hands are glued to the steering wheel. Their eyes are wide, and there's like sort of like a spiral, almost 8-bit spiral swirling in their eyes. Their eyes are sort of watering and red. Their knuckles white with how hard they're gripping the steering wheel. And the game itself isn't that intense. It's just a typical racing game. But they seem to be so dialed into it that they can't seem to focus on anything else. He walks up to one of them and snaps his fingers in front of their face, and they do not react, not even a slight flinch. And he turns around and says, "I don't know what's happening, but it seems like everyone is sucked into their game. There's no way of pulling them out, and I'm worried that if I just shut it all down, that something bad will happen. Kind of like sleepwalking. Hey, you're not supposed to wake up a sleepwalker."
You haven't even tried to shut it down, Alucari?
No, I'm with Alucari. Have you not seen like media that has this kind of premise? It's like if you die in the game, you die in real life kind of stuff.
But if you shut it down, there's no game.
No, but then the game's over. So you're over.
Also, sleepwalking's a myth.
What? No, it's definitely not a myth. Let's circle back to that. Let's talk about that
definitely
later.
A real thing, man.
Yeah, dude, that is Flit. Really? Okay.
It's real?
Alucari, just walk us through the day. Was there anything strange when you came in? Perhaps a different character on a screen somewhere, maybe a different color.
New game, perhaps?
New game.
When you say that, he sort of like shrinks down a little bit and says, "Yeah, we got a real spooky new cabinet delivered today."
Gee, I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Yeah,
is it like ghosts,
demons, ghosts and demons?
I'll show you. And he begins leading you guys down through sort of this labyrinthine arcade. And again, you're seeing sort of they're all sort of grouped into styles of game and genres and stuff. So you're currently in sort of this long alley that has various racing sims with motorcycles that you can get on and lean. There's like an ATV one. There's a bunch of like racing ones. You see one from a really popular movie franchise called Rapid and Raging. And then he leads you down into sort of the like traditional, like old school arcade cabinets. You see things like Space Invaders and Centipede and
just
Asteroid.
A guy like glued to a machine yelling, "How are my blocks? How are my blocks?" as he's Tetris now.
Yeah, exactly. He's just being like, "I just need to be really long and skinny," and. You kind of like go through each of these sort of rooms. Each one, the geometry of this place doesn't really make any sense. You're going down and then you're going up and then you're going like sideways, and then he finally leads you into a room that smells bad. It's old and musty. The carpet is worn, and it doesn't make any sense that a place like this is so run down, because it really is only a 2-year-old, or not even, it's slightly over 1 year that it's been in operation. But this carpet is like, when carpets get so old, they almost get like slick because they've been like worn down so much. It's that there's gum smatter like pressed in, and these seem to be like the arcade cabinets that nobody wants to play. They're like knockoff versions of famous games. A lot of them just look uncomfortable. Yeah, Shape Stacker. It just looks bad. And he says, "This is sort of our like, I guess it's our reject room. Some people find the allure kind of charming. I find it real creepy." And
Alucari, I would maybe watch your words. If one of these games is sentient and tormenting your guests, I don't know if you want to be openly bad-mouthing them.
I mean, these are my favorite games, he says loudly.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
That's an obvious lie, Alucari.
But then he points to a cabinet in the center of the room. Its packaging still unfolded onto the floor. These 4 cardboard slats. It's not plugged into anything. In fact, there's no power source. There's no cord or anything that you can see. But on the screen, it just flashes new challenger. Insert credit.
Oh, no.
The case itself is completely blank. There's no game title. There's no art. It's just a black cabinet with a screen and 2 joysticks and buttons.
Flynn, I think we should just shoot it.
No, I don't think that's... There are people being held hostage, Flynn.
When we blow it up, they'll be fine.
No, that you really don't understand like the tropes of what's going on right now.
What's a trope?
All right, so Alucari, can you do us a favor? While we're in the game trying to save everybody, can you probably call the authorities, Australia securities, and maybe figure out where this game came from? Because we'll probably need that at the end.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Also,
he looks
2
really,
credits, please.
He like his eyes dart around when he agrees to calling the authorities.
Alucari, what are you doing here? Alucari, what kind of shady business are you in?
Well, I'm just an employee. I don't own this place. You think I own this place? That's crazy.
Who owns this place?
Like you own this place.
What, 2 credits you said? And he goes into, he's got like a little like token dispenser on his belt, and he clink, clink, he puts out 2, and then he puts out 2 more, and he's like, and then just in case, and then he gives you 2 tokens each.
I don't think we'll get a second life.
Keep them coming if there are more lives. Give us 20.
Sure. And he just like takes the whole dispenser off and gives it to you guys.
Well, now I'm also convinced they're not extra lives. Damn it.
That is correct. Yeah. All right, Flit, are you ready to do this?
This feels like a terrible idea, Vlaine, but I trust you on things related to arcades.
Hey, arcades have always been like a war zone. So we're just going to go in there. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Don't be distracted. We're not looking for secret levels. Focus on
secret
the goal.
Levels?
No, Flit, no.
There are secret levels?
There could be. Some games have secret levels. Doesn't matter. Have you played many games?
That's usually where the best things are. Lots of treasure.
Okay, Alucari.
How'd you get to
lives?
You're not helping Alucari. We're trying to save everybody, not fully complete the game.
Okay.
While I'm like distracted by this, I like just bump into the machine.
The cabinet?
Yeah.
When you do, the token in your hand and gets sucked up and goes right into the slot, and you like turn and snap to it and like lurch forward and grab the joystick and the buttons, and you see the screen light up, and it says "New Challenger, waiting for player 2." And then
while this is happening, I'm like, we should probably find out where the deliverer. Vlaine, I'm stuck to the machine, Vlaine.
Yeah, and you see player 2, and it's like 10, 9.
Okay, Alucari, I've got to go.
Vlaine, touch the machine, Vlaine.
I touch the machine. I throw my coin in. Let's rock and roll.
Again, before you can even like slot it in, you are about to put it in, and it just and it goes in, and once again you snap to the joystick and the buttons as well, and then you see on the screen new challengers, and it begins sort of like melting almost. The text begins shifting and turning, pixels dropping, and as it does, it slowly turns and rotates. It begins forming a black and white spiral. And before you know it, you are completely transfixed. You lose all sort of sense of everything around you. The arcade machines bleeping and blooping in the background fade away. They seem to almost be pushed to the side, as the only thing that you pay attention to is the screen in front of you. And then even that begins to disappear as you fall into the blackness in between the white pixels, zooming in until you are surrounded and engulfed by nothing but darkness. And then you hear ba-doom, ba-doom. And on opposite sides, almost impossible to tell how far away, are 2 large white walls.
Oh no.
Are we in a Pong situation? My father they had a vintage machine in his break room.
I think we're in a Pong situation.
You hear above you as a giant white ball lands on the far end beside one of the walls. You see it begin scooting back and forth slowly, a grinding stone sound as it moves, and then all of a sudden it stops, and you see the ball lurch forward and begin hurling towards you. Could you please give me either athletics or reflex saves to avoid being crushed by this ball?
I think I'm going to go reflex.
I'm going athletics. 21.
10.
Okay. Flit, you see Vlaine nimbly just dive out of the way, roll and get back up very quickly. As you are sort of, taking everything in,
I'm just like,
don't react.
Vlaine, it's not real. If you don't believe in it, it's not going to.
Uh, this giant marble, about the size of like maybe 3-story building, comes rolling over you, and you feel this crushing weight hit you. But instead of being knocked down and rolled over, you become incorporeal for a second and flash as it rolls over you. And once it finishes rolling over you, you once again become corporeal, and you take 6 points of damage.
Okay, it's real.
I told you, if you die in the game, you die in real life. It's like a thing.
Okay. Well, how do we pong? We're not the boards. How do we win?
Is there a board behind us?
There is, yes. There are on sort of in front of you and behind you. There are 2 large white walls. These ones are even bigger than the ball. They're about 4 stories tall and double the width of the ball.
So are they both moving independently, or does it look like they're both moving independently?
Yes,
Yeah.
they seem to be playing a game of Pong.
Gonna get smushed by his ball.
We dodge until we figure out what's going on. Keep your eyes open. I'm going to roll a perception check while I wait for the ball to come back.
Yeah, I'm also going to see if there's like a door we could get to or something. Or just roll an 11. That's fine.
That's a 22.
Cool. With an 11, you don't see anything. Like quite literally the absence of anything other than these 2 walls and the ball. They don't even cast a reflection, despite the fact that they are like these glowing, sort of white things. There's no emanation of light off the surface. There's no reflection of the surface itself. You do seem to be in a complete void. With a 22, Flynn, you notice that effect stops behind the paddles. There seems to be light being cast on the opposite side of the paddles that aren't facing you.
All right. Sounds like we just have to run to the edge. Is that what I'm getting here, Flit?
I guess behind the paddles, there's a way out or something. Sure.
Okay. What way do you want to go? You pick.
I don't like that paddle, the one that hit the ball towards me first. So we go the other way.
I start sprinting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is where the ball currently is. So it's coming back towards you. Please give me another reflex or athletics save or athletics check to avoid the ball this time.
There we go. 23 reflex.
Amazing.
24 athletics.
Perfect. You are both able to, now that you sort of understand what's happening and you've got your bearings, the ball is rolling towards you, and it seems like it is unfairly kind of like veering a little bit towards you guys, but it's moving. It's large enough and it's far enough away that you're able to more than easily get around it. As the ball splits between you guys, you again see this like searing white light being emanated from it as it rolls past you, and you keep going towards the other paddle. Could you give me athletics checks to see how fast you go? If you get over a 15, you won't have to make another reflex save, as you will get there before the ball bounces back.
I have a 0 to athletics, so this is bullying. That's a 6.
I have a 9 to athletics, and I still only got a 13.
Okay. You guys don't realize just how far this paddle is and just how large it is because of how far away it was. As you get closer, you just see it sort of getting bigger and bigger and taller. You're having to run diagonal because it is now moving to catch the ball on its return, and you realize that you are about to get smushed. The paddle has gone to intercept this marble, and it is on its way back. So give me one more athletics or reflex save.
14? But it's a
14 and a what, Vlyn?
24.
Okay. Vlyn, you are able to get away. Flit, unfortunately, you missed by 1. That's only 2 points of bludgeoning damage, as once again this marble hits you from behind. You feel that crushing weight again, and you blink for a second until it passes through you.
Yeah, I feel like
but
it's actually almost not worse, but like really a horrible feeling because you get that initial weight, you feel like you're gonna die, but then you just like stop and blink, and it probably feels fucked up. So yeah, he's just like and then like nausea, just like stumbling over the finish line.
You manage to get to this paddle as it's sliding slowly, and you get around the corner of it, and you realize behind there is a white door.
Okay,
Get the hell
this
out of
must
here! I
mean-
just throw myself through it.
He probably should be a little bit more careful. And I jumped right behind him.
You fall. It's almost like a shoot down. And you see that the walls become this like weird yellow sort of light. And as you are going, there are these circular orbs that you are blink, 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 blink hitting and collecting as you fall through. And then on the opposite end, there's another one of these white doors that you smash through, and you are in this weird, stark white hallway.
Oh, do you run so fast when you're so old?
We did, like I told you, my athletics class is at the community center. It's just what keeps me going. Just a little calisthenics, little cardio, just a little bit every day. That's all you need.
Isn't it
To the left and right of you.
calisthenics?
To the left and right of you are two directions that you can go. There's nothing on these walls. There's nothing on the floor except these floating white orbs leading down to the left and to the right.
Are we in Pac-Man?
As you are looking around, you hear
God damn it.
boom, 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 as a misshapen blue spectral figure, two hands, creep it and pull it around the corner. You see these hollow, sunken black eyes as a ghost appears and begins crawling its way towards you faster and faster. What would you like to do?
I think we have to run away from the ghost, Flit. How do you feel about that?
I hate this thing. Yes, I start running through the white orbs, I guess.
Yes, you begin running. You're collecting these white orbs as you do. You really don't have to do anything to do it. Just like as soon as you get close to it, it's just boom, 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 kind of go into you. As you turn the corner, you see a plate sitting on a table, and it has just a mound of cherries on it.
All right, we got to go for the cherries. We need those extra points.
What are you talking about? The ghost will catch us if we sit down for a meal, Vlyn.
No, we don't. No, I think we just have to touch it. I don't think we have to eat the whole thing of cherries, Flit.
I slam a hand on the cherries.
You smush a bunch of cherries.
See, Vlyn!
Okay, we have to go. We have to go. Take it out of the cherries.
Yeah, I grab a handful of them as well.
Start
behind you see that ghost creeping around the corner and still, once again, like crawling towards you.
Vlyn, why don't you punch the ghost in the face? I'll keep eating cherries.
If this is like the game, any kind of contact will be insta-death.
But Vlyn, you're the strong one.
He did call me the strong one, but we'll save that until we have to. Let's keep on moving.
You keep running down this labyrinth of corridors and hallways. They all seem to just feed into one another, looping back around on them until you hear in the distance around one of the corners.
Vlyn, it's another ghost.
It's another ghost, or it's something eating the ghosts.
Well, if it's something eating ghosts, it's an ally, right?
I don't know. Are we ghosts?
Are we ghosts?
You are not ghosts. You look exactly as you do. But as you sort of stand and consider what's happening, you hear a rumbling footstep. Now, with every you hear and the sound of those orbs being absorbed.
I think we should just go the other way. Is there another option? Because I don't know what that is.
Yeah, is there a route that's not towards this sound and not back towards the ghost?
There isn't. Unfortunately, you have been sort of cornered. You see the ghost way down at the end of the hallway, crawling towards you. And on the other end, there's kind of a loop, but it just brings you back into this hallway. It's just sort of like a U-shaped loop that will just deposit you closer to the ghost.
Okay. Can I try, like in Pac-Man? I'm going to try to punch a hole in the wall to my left to see if it will make a doorway where we can get to the other side of the map.
I like that you said,
do in Pac-Man?
like in Pac-Man. That's not a thing.
Well, they have the little gateways where you can go through them and you go end up on the other side. So I want to try to make one of those with a big old punch.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a strength check. I think is what we're gonna do here. You don't need to roll attack.
Can't believe we find out Ryan's been hacking on Pac-Man live on stream. He's admitting to his Pac-Man crimes.
The Pac-Man mod, the Punch Walls creepy ghost mod.
Jacked man.
That's a 15 on the dice. My strength is at a +4, so a 19.
Nice.
Hell yeah. You boom, charge up your fist, lightning encases it, you slam into the wall and it shatters. And you see another hallway that looks identical to yours, but you don't see ghosts or hear that noise through it.
Let's go.
You are the strong one. I just start running behind you. Now, is it too much to hope they'll just kill each other while we're over here and then we can saunter away?
Well, we just need to find a door. I don't know. Like, we just need to find the door. That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
As you guys keep running through these hallways, you eventually get to what seems to be the center of this maze, I guess. And inside, you see a barred door. And within, you see more of those ghosts shackled to the wall, all writhing and groaning. One of them finally manages to get one of its arms free and reach out to you. There's a purple one and a pink one and a yellow one. And they're all just going, trying to get you. And then you hear that noise behind you once more. And down on the opposite end of the hall, you see a massive, morbidly obese yellow creature. His mouth open, gaping wide, as he grabs a cherry and shoves it in. Can you give me culture checks, please?
Why did I think you were going to say sanity check? Culture, hell yeah, that's a 24.
Oh, just a 14. Take it, Flit.
Cool. Now that you've seen the protagonist of this game, you realize you're not in Pac-Man. You're in the knockoff version, Voracious Fruit Man Scared of Ghosts, otherwise known as Vorman, as he continues to just shove cherries, stem and all, into his mouth. He's got a banana that he just... and in between the two of you is a large version of one of those orbs, easily double the size, pulsing, radiating with energy. And when he sees it, his eyes light up, food drips out of his large mouth, and he begins, and he seems really excited to get to it.
It's Vorman, Flynn, and he wants the big orb.
Well,
do we get the big orb first, or do we free the ghosts?
I will say, with your high culture check, you know that the big orb is the source of power here. It gives you extraordinary abilities, both to defeat your enemies, causing them to retreat, and if you get them, you destroy them temporarily. But it also gives you a sort of supernatural strength as well.
All right,
I'm going for it towards this before.
Yeah, we go.
Give me 2 athletics checks to see who gets there first.
Can I acrobatics to wall run?
I rolled poorly. You have a shot.
If you want to scramble over Lynn acrobatically, yeah.
I actually do, yeah. That's a 17.
You beat me. That's a 14 for me.
Yeah, you get there before Vlyn and this thing, and you hear behind you all the ghosts in that sort of jail begin screaming. They turn blue, and the Vorman in front of you, he's still moving towards you, but he is also sort of like a light blue color now. What would you like to do?
I look
Punch
at
the
Vlyn, I say,
Vorman.
who's the strong one now? And I turn around, I'm going to try to punch the Vorman, but it's such a bad punch. It's the punch of a man who's like never thrown a punch. It's like wide, arcing, clumsy.
Yeah, you smoke him. You don't even need to roll an attack on this. This is just the power that this orb gets you. And as you crack him, his mouth opens up in almost like a reverse counterclockwise semicircle. And as it does, it reveals a door.
Quick, Vlyn, a door! I punched him so there was a door. I grab the handle and I pull it open.
You're the strong one, bud. And I grab it and I follow after him.
I'm beaming. I've always wanted you to say that.
Sorry, I'm going to sneeze and I'm trying not to.
Wow, he failed immediately.
Yeah.
You did a bad job of trying not to, yeah.
I was trying so hard for so long. Just allergies, man, they get you.
I just thought you were overcome by emotion at the fact that I was finally called the strong
just
one.
Tearing up by Flit finally getting a chance to be strong. You go through one of these tunnels again. This time the stark walls are fading away to almost like a brick-like texture. It looks like you're like almost in an alley. Various illegible posters. It looks like wanted posters and advertisements. Flurries of newspaper flying up towards your face. And then you're deposited out into a street alley. On one side, there's a chain link fence. The other side seems to be like a street. And in front of you, there is a pixelated man. And he's got these glasses that you can't see through. They're like a sheen of white on them, but it just seems to be like no matter where he looks, there's a reflection. He's wearing a fedora. And he's got he's a fairly like stocky fellow, and he's got a shirt that just says "Pwned noob," and he stands in front of you and he says, "Oh, so you think that you can beat my game, do you?" And he pushes his glasses up.
Well, so far, yes.
You've barely even begun.
Okay. Could you let everyone else go and we'll play your game?
Well, where's the fun in that? A game without stakes is no game at all.
Vlyn, punch him till he's dead.
I think he's far enough away that... Oh.
You want to punch, do you? And he crosses his arms and he floats up for a second. He says, well then, how about you fight my guys? And he snaps his fingers and two very buff, burly boys jump out from seemingly nowhere. Like, you have no idea where these guys have come from. And one of them is a jacked, shirtless dude, covered in scars. He's got tall, blonde hair shaved off at a solid, like just straight cut. He's got like brass knuckles on. He's got camel pants on, and he's just like, just gyrating, and the other guy has a headband on tied around his head. He's wearing a white gi, and he's got sort of like MMA like boxing gloves on, and he's also like just going.
Why are they moving like that, Vlyn?
The guy floats behind them and says, "If you can fight these guys and win, then maybe you'll be able to face me." And he pushes his glasses up again, and he does like a twirl and just disappears. And you guys are in. Actually, give me a culture check. Let's see if you can figure out what game you're in.
I wonder which game we're in. Flit?
21?
11.
How do I know these games?
You know this game. This is. I think these are all the games you wish you could play. Like these are the games that like you weren't allowed because it was uncouth, but you definitely like know of. This is Fatal Street Brawler 2 EX Turbo. And you guys look down at yourselves. What is your fighter apparel?
I think Vlyn is in like a little Mac kind of vibe. Like I feel like he's got boxing gloves from like his boxing class he took at the community center. So I've got like boxing shorts. I've got 2 bright green boxing gloves. I'm wearing like a black tank top, and I'm just ready to go. I just start like throwing out punches.
Yeah, I think Vlyn is like, or Flit is wearing just like this big, like ludicrous amount of dragons on it kimono, and like so many throwing stars just strapped everywhere. And I look down and I'm also like doing that. I'm like, oh, why am I doing this, Flynn?
Just go with it. You have to go with the flow.
You realize that while you're here, you can't seem to step to the left or the right. You only seem to be able to move forward and backward and duck and jump up. The way this is going to work, this is not going to be a traditional combat because it's not No Quest for the Wicked without me homebrewing some bullshit. This is a fighting game, and no one knows how to play them. The only way to play fighting games is to button mash. So I've asked you guys to have 10d6 ready and waiting. The way this is going to work is every round, you guys are going to have the option to button mash. You wager a certain amount of dice. Every 6 on the dice counts as a hit. If you get more than or half or more 6s than the dice you wager, you do a special move. Okay. So, for example, if you wager 4 dice, you get 2 6s, you do a special move because you've button mashed well. Otherwise, you just deal damage. The way it's going to work is if you don't get any 6s, or if your 6s are, if you're under half, they'll be able to counterattack. And if you get no 6s, they'll deal damage to you. Your dice recharge at 2 per round. So you get 2 back every round. As a swift action, you can tag in your fellow fighter at the cost of 2 dice.
What does that do?
So you will be taking whoever's in the fight is fighting.
Oh, okay.
And so you can swap out to recharge your pool or negate damage or whatever. As a swift action every round, that is your move. You can.
And if you're not in the fight, do you regain dice still?
You regain dice at double the speed, so you get 4 per round while you're not active.
Hell.
So let's roll initiative. Actually, no, there's no initiative. Who wants to start?
I will start.
Okay.
As the punchy guy.
You got
punches. So I think Vlyn walks up. He does his now classic Henry Cavill like fist reload, and he just walks up. Who's the challenger first?
It is the guy in the gi. He steps forward. He does like a quick combo. He does like a spinning kick, and then sort of like does a little like one of these guys, like a little stretch back, and gets ready to fight you. Goes back into his idle animation. How many dice are you wagering?
Careful, Vlyn. He knows multiple martial arts, not just boxing.
I only know the one, and it's all I need. I'm gonna wager 4 dice to start.
Okay.
No 6s.
Uh-oh. He's going to counterattack. You only take 1 point of damage.
Okay. Is it my HP, or are we doing a different life system for this?
No, it is your HP. They seem to be attacking your actual HP.
So stamina first, though, still, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, cool. Do we go again?
Okay, so you used 4 dice, right?
Yep.
Perfect. It is back to your turn.
Okay, so I get 2 back?
2, but yeah.
Yeah. So you have 8 total.
I'm going to wager 6.
Come on.
I got 4 1s. Does that count for anything?
God. Flynn, you're beefing it.
Hold on. This dice is weird. I think it's a chemical flask. That actually is a 6, so I got 1 6.
Okay. You still get less than half of your wagered dice.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You take another 2 points of damage. And then you also deal 1 point of damage to them.
All right.
Their health is different than stamina.
Flynn, let me in. I think I've got it.
Yeah, you got this. I spend 2 dice to switch out.
Cool.
I again coming in doing my like weird NPC motion. I'm gonna try for like a flurry of throwing stars as I like step forward. I'm gonna wager 6.
Okay.
You know, there's always that character that has that annoying like ranged attack that's just like Hadouken.
That is
basically.
what Flitwick would be 100%.
Well, it's 1/6, but I just like half of them are. I'm just like dropping them. I'm fumbling them as I'm pulling them out.
He does like a perfect block, like he's doing like the jump block, up block, down block as you throw all these throwing stars at him, and he counterattacks with just a real big uppercut, his fist igniting into flames, and then he also swaps out, and the big burly blonde dude is in. Who would like to go? You staying in?
I'll stay in for now. Yeah. How much damage do I take?
Oh yes. You take 1 point.
Okay. I like while I'm reaching for throwing stars, I find like a katana, and I'm like, okay, big boy, big weapon, and it's just like ludicrously long, just like keeps going as I pull it out. I'm gonna wager another 6.
Okay.
One again.
Okay.
You didn't account for how poorly we roll when you came up with this system.
Yeah. I really thought. I mean, that's only 1 more point of damage. So these guys are rolling.
How dare you expect anything from us, Dane?
All right, you staying in, Flit?
No, and then the start of my next round, when my 2 come back, I'm going to use that to immediately swap out.
Okay, cool.
And
You're
I'm
back
fully
in. You're probably locked and loaded, right? You're fully back up.
I'm full, dude.
Yeah, I just see this big guy and like I cut him and it does nothing. I'm just like, okay, Flynn, in you go, in you go.
All right, I'm gonna start with 4 dice. 2 6s, 2 out of 2, 2 out of 4.
Okay,
What
so
do
that's half.
Flynn's
You do a special
look
move.
like?
What does it look like?
I think like he like starts charging up a big punch, like his purple lightning fists sort of appear under the glove, and he does a big like just giant purple punch.
Yeah,
it, like covers up
you
half
hit
the
him.
screen.
Yeah, he goes flying back. He takes an extra point of damage because he takes 2 for the 2 hits, and then he takes an extra point because you managed to do a special move. You see his health bar like just plummet. He's got that like sliver of health left where you're like, come on. He's barely holding on. He's going to swap out.
Oh no, Flynn, I almost had him.
You've got him. You've now just do that again to this guy.
I'll do 6 dice this time.
The gi ready to go.
All right, 6 dice. 1 6.
Okay. He's going to counterattack. This time he reels his hands back and shoots a giant ball of fire at you. 5 points of fire damage to you.
Oh my god.
This seemed to be this is one of his big moves. In fact, he's just doing it over and over right now.
No.
What does he yell when he do it?
He's going choo-chookin', choo-chookin', choo-chookin'.
It's a train. Choo-chookin'.
It's like a fire train, yeah.
Yeah, fire train.
Flynn, get out of the way of the trains.
Love trains. All right.
Yeah, you notice that his headband has actually turned into a conductor's hat?
The headband's actually just railway tracks.
His name is Raichu. I guess it's a Pokemon, isn't it? I can't be
Ride
able
Choo
to.
Choo. Ride Choo Choo. I'm gonna roll 4 dice. Go one more
Okay.
time. Uh, 1-6.
Okay, once again, you see his health. It's just a sliver as well. He does a couple back steps and then swaps out back to the guy who's also almost dead.
All right, finish the job, Flitwick. You are the strong one.
I step forward again, like with this like kimono, like it always all of a sudden just starts to billow, and I'm reaching into my coat, just finding more weapons, like pull out some nunchucks. I'm gonna bet all 8 that I currently have. Actually, I guess it'd be 10 because I just. I mean, fuck it, let's go 10.
Yeah.
Oh god,
This is what. I can't wait for it to
This
be
is what I
0
wanted.
6s.
how about 2? 2 out of 10, baby.
2 is enough. You guys throw a punch at the same time. He does a little bit of damage to you. God, another 1 point of damage.
I'll take
but he goes and you're KO as the other guy gets swapped back in.
I get back 2 dice, and I'm just gonna throw them both. As I'm like desperate, like I'm out of breath. I'm just like.
He's in the corner, and you're just doing like the low kick or low punch.
I did get 1, which is half of 2.
You do a special move. How do you finish him?
I like as I'm like swinging this thing, I start like glowing, and then I just like, I'm like, Lynn, I don't feel so good. I turn into a dragon mouth and just shoot across the screen.
You get the special finish. There's like a big red and yellow sunburst. KO. And you see the
goes into a
scene
cutscene
sort of like
of me
settle.
like throwing them up in the air and chewing on them and throwing them, like
Flip, stop! Flip, you're good. You won. You won.
the bear mauling scene in Revenant, but with a dragon head. Slow motion zoom in to his bones breaking.
You see, as this happens, a car screets up right before the alley entrance, and the passenger door flies open. But inside, you don't see the interior of a car. You see another one of those like hallways, those teleporter hallways.
All right, I think it's time we end this, Flit.
I think we're getting better at this as I run forward and jump into the car.
Cool. You guys both go, and as you jump in, the alley begins fading away to the blurred lines of streetlights flying by you. You can smell exhaust in the air, music blaring through stereo speakers, and as you come back out, you are sitting in the driver's seat of super turbo cars. You look over.
Bet you we would have gotten into a secret level. We just kicked the shit out of that car, like that one Street Fighter level.
You
Instead of going through the door.
Shit out of that car.
Damn it.
You look over to your left, and you see that guy with the glasses. This time, instead of a fedora, he's wearing a do-rag, which is incredibly culturally insensitive. And he's got like a big gold chain. He's got a tank top on, and he looks over to you and he says, "Oh, you think you can beat me in a race? Well, let me just tell you, I'm the fastest guy around. I live my life, and because we're Canadian and on a UK channel now, I live my life a quarter kilomile at a time."
Kilomile.
And he revs his engines, and before you guys even really know what's happening, you hear bing, 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 brr. Can you give me reflex saves to see if you guys can activate your car, or like hit go as the final buzzer goes? Like in the Mario Kart, you get that extra boost.
Are we in the same rig? Or are we in different rigs?
No. Two separate cars.
Okay.
I got a 15.
I got a natural 20.
Hell
Boom goes
yeah.
the dynamite. 25.
Not only do you activate right on time and rev your engine right at the right time, you get a free nitro boost as well. So consider this kind of like a hero point where you are going to be able to re-roll a dice at any point in time during this encounter. What did you get, Flit?
15.
Cool. You are also able to. So all three of you actually managed to do it. Flit or Vlyn, however, you are in the lead. You get that extra sort of like turbo boost. There's a blue flame that sort of shoots out of your exhaust. But Flit and the villain are neck and neck behind you, with Vlyn just narrowly ahead.
Why do I imagine that the Vlin's in like a dad's station wagon?
I thought in my head I was in a pickup truck, like shouldn't be
Hell
going
yeah.
as fast as everyone else. It's just like a bright purple. It's got flames on the side, and it's just going way too fast.
I'm in a
what does your car
stupidly
look
long
like?
limousine.
Okay.
Again, also just super unwieldy. Should not be going fast.
He's in a Nissan Skyline, obviously.
Of course, the one true car.
The only car that matters. You guys are just tearing down this strip of what looks like it might be LA. It's hard to say. There's every now and then there's like a divot in the road, and you guys like go launching up, get a little bit of airtime. You see a sharp turn coming up. I'm going to let you guys. I don't know how your piloting skills are. I'm not going to be unfair and ask you for piloting checks because I don't think you've built into that. But what I will ask for, I will take acrobatics. I will take athletics. I will take reflex saves or anything else that like perception checks. Anything you pitch to me, what you're doing in order to take this really sharp turn, and we will come up with something for it.
Cool.
You want something real dumb?
Oh, go dumb, Flitwick. What do you got?
I would love something real dumb.
Can I pull? I take out my gun, which, as we all know, is DJ Dex, and I slam it onto the dashboard, and I use the turntables as the wheel instead. I'm gonna profession DJ to drift.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, but when I pull it out, it looks like the DJ Dex from Rock Band.
Okay.
I slam it on. Yeah, DJ Hero. And I just start to. And I'm doing it to the beat of the obnoxious music, of course, as this ludicrously long limo attempts to drift around the corner. Oh, that's a 31.
Yeah. How do you fucking take this corner?
Just drift. Like I don't even know how drifting works. I jam on the brakes, I guess, and I turn.
You're just horizontal. You're just
yeah, because the limo is so long, I just block the entire intersection as well as I'm doing it.
Hell yeah. Vlyn, what are you doing?
I'm going to use strength, and I'm just going to haul on this wheel as hard as I can, and see what happens. Okay. I don't have any cool DJ equipment. I can't do profession dad. I don't think I can profession dad my way out of this one. That's going to be a 21. So pretty good.
That's also very good. Yeah, you're able to follow almost in perfect synchronicity with Flit. You see him sort of like set the pace, set the sort of slide. You see him start it a little earlier than you might think you might need to, but the second he goes, you follow suit, and you're able to drift perfectly around this corner. You see the villain behind you has to fall back because of the way Flit is taking up like the entire fucking street. Yeah, you see him take a back seat to the race, and he's now in third place with Flit now in first.
Hey, Flit, I need you to be a strong guy, okay? You focus on winning. I'm gonna focus on making sure this guy can't win, and I'm gonna try to like be right in front of him. Like I'm gonna try to make his life difficult. I'm giving up a little bit on trying to win the race and trying to make it harder for this guy to get past me.
Sure. Give me an attack roll. I feel like that makes the most sense here.
Defensive driving, yeah.
Yeah. Just use your normal attack stats and we'll see what happens.
17.
Hell yeah. You're able to slam into him, and he goes, no, what are you doing? This isn't part of the rules. This is a race. You can't just go around slamming into people like a cretin. Glasses.
Did they not teach
Does
you
it go
defensive
shing?
driving in driving school?
He
do it to
says,
my own glasses.
I don't have a license. And he tries to slam into you again. He's just like, you guys are now just like banging into each other, not really getting any ground, but just kind of like slamming. You can, every now and then sparks fly up. Vlyn or Flip, what are you doing to maintain? You see right in front of you, all of a sudden, like almost out of nowhere, you see two cars sort of like pixelize and materialize in front of you and block the road. On one side, there is a dumpster that has been like let down to make a perfect ramp. But I will accept any alternative ideas as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the acrobatics to like. I don't want to go straight up the thing because I feel like it'll take too much momentum out of my like drive. So I'm gonna like try to put one wheel up it so I can like spin and flip over the cars.
Hell yeah,
because then that'll maintain momentum. It's just driving.
Spirals
science.
make you go faster. That's physics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're
Yeah.
experts on driving. That's why people listen to our show, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
For
One
great
Football players throw the football
exactly
in a spiral.
In a spiral.
It goes
That's
further and
thank
faster.
That is a 24 even.
Yeah, Vlyn, as you're trading car blows with the villain, you see Flit corkscrewing in a limo over these two cars. And as soon as
my mind
So, go
flashes back to Vlyn tossing the ball in the park, and it's like me seeing the spiral, and then me in the car, and it cuts between them, and I'm like, "Thank you, Vlyn." It starts spiraling the car.
You got it, son.
The second Flit lands over the two cars. They dissipate because the villain won't be able to get past it as you are slamming into each other. Finally, he like sort of fishtails in front of you, so he's driving in reverse facing you, and he slams on his handbrake and launches himself out through the roof of his car, the metal roof of his car. He like torpedoes out and sort of floats in air, and he just says, I've had enough of this. You're ruining my game, and now I will ruin you. This is my game. These are my rules. And he snaps his fingers, and Flit, you go tumbling out as the car you're driving disappears, and you just roll out onto the street. Vlyn, same thing. He holds out his hand, and your car crumples into an imaginary wall, disappears, and you also get tossed. And he says, you don't get it, do you? I have power here, and you have nothing. As a orchestra begins blaring, he folds in on himself and then releases his arms as one giant wing shoots out of his back, and
Oh my God.
you hear the whole world as it fades out, and below you see a little bar filling up as your HP and your MP at the bottom appear, and you are stuck in place, unable to move, but back in another sort of like idle animation. And he says, we're gonna beat you on my playing field. And he snaps his fingers, and two very attractive, scantily clad angels join him by his side, and they cast two spells go off on him, and then they sort of swirl up. And please roll initiative.
These are the kind of games I played. Flit, we're finally in my wheelhouse.
Why does he only have one wing? He's not gonna be able to fly.
I don't know. Also, that music is overplayed.
I hope Dane's playing a knockoff version right now.
I wish. I tried so hard to find a really shitty version of One Winged Angel.
16 for me.
18 for me.
Cool. He goes first. And as he glows for a second, and a shimmering circle of fire appears around him, and above you or above him, you see a text box that just says "Ultima Meteor," and you see the world fade out from around you, and all of a sudden you're in space, and he rockets up. You have the option to skip this. At the bottom left-hand corner, you see a button that says "skip." As he's flying through planets, he's summoning like meteors, and
the second I see skip, I'm just like, yep.
We're running out of time here, Mr. Villain. We've got places to be.
You take 11 points of fire damage each as you go from this big epic build up to just explosions. You guys are just getting pummeled by meteors.
We skip straight to just being blasted.
Yeah. And he says, did you skip that? Be honest with me.
Yeah, it was over the top.
Fuck. I knew it was too long.
We the day's only so long. We have stuff to do after we beat your ass.
It is your turn. Who got the 18? I didn't write names.
Flynn.
It was me. It was Flynn again.
Yeah. Flynn, it is your turn.
I open my magic menu.
Okay.
I'm assuming I have an ability to call big purple lightning.
Yeah, you have Thundara 2.
I'm going to use my Thundara 2 ability.
Okay, roll me an attack roll, and we'll see if this hits. Then sort of double your normal melee damage, and it'll be lightning damage.
19.
Yeah, that hits.
14 points of damage as like a big strike of purple lightning comes from the sky.
Hell yeah. He goes, hey, actually, fuck this. And then you see another ring a circle around him, and up top you see it say Terramorphosis. And he says, this is my second form, idiots. And he enters into his second form as a third wing now shoots out on the same side as the one wing. A halo emits behind him, eclipsing him in this holy radiant light. His shirt is now off, and he's got this like crazy, just jacked body.
So many abs.
It's so many. Like there's like
Too
19
many.
abs. Yeah. And out of nowhere, he raises his hand up and pulls out of nowhere a giant katana. His hair is now long and flowing in silver, and his lower half kind of like turns into like this weird sort of like amorphous kind of like mermaid tail shape. And he's going to use an immediate action and do a big swipe against both of you.
And he's now called 19 Abed Angel.
That is a 16 for you, Flit, and an 18 on you, Flynn.
Nope.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. Where's my D8? There it is.
I like see the future and just like know he's going to do this and duck under it.
That is 7 points of slashing damage to you, Blinn.
Like, Bud, your games are fun. Like, we can just you just want people to play with you? Is that what this is all about?
The music stops. He says, what?
If arcades are about having fun, they're about birthday parties and cheap pizza. And I get it. It sucks to be locked away in here. We know the guy who runs the spot. Like, we can just get you to be put in the main roster.
I'm in the middle of doing this ultimate move while this is all happening. Like, I'm flying through the sky and like zipping around and like glowing.
Yeah. You're doing your limit break right now.
There's like a clock that just appears and starts whipping back and forth. I'm just like up in the air.
He sort of like slinks down to the ground. His weird mermaid tail disappears, and he you see legs appear, and he just says, "You think my game is fun?"
Yeah, we had a blast. Flit was good at it. Flit's not good at a lot of stuff.
You see Flit again. He's just like up top summoning. There's a
I
big ball
stick
of
out a
fire in his
hand, and this other clock comes, it lashes onto my arm like a shield, and I stick out the other hand, and another clock, and I'm just like, time.
Look, I get it. You were ignored, but you're on this planet that we're on, this new place that you just got shipped to, is a place about people rediscovering themselves and a place where they can find new purpose. That's why I'm here. That's why Flit's here. So why don't you let everyone go? We'll talk to the owners. We'll get you put in the main room. And how about I promise to come by and play with you once a week?
He takes off his glasses, and for once you can kind of see that he's less of a human, but more of a digital construct. His eyes are a bright blue with ones and zero codes kind of running through them, and he says, "You would do that for me?"
Yeah, of course. You're clearly just a little guy who wants to have fun. I'm not going to hold that past you. Yeah, were you a bit of a brat? Yeah, you're learning too. It's okay. Now, come on. I'll get you a cheap cheese pizza.
He thinks for a second. He kind of like looks around, and Flit, just as you're about to unleash your attack, he waves his hand, and sort of like everything disappears. And
Yeah, I've got this giant, the things. What are they called in the clock? That's
pendulum,
like the pointy bits that point at the time.
Oh, the hands, the fingers,
the hands.
That's the one.
The hand,
I've got one that's a giant spear. I'm just covered in clocks. I'm about to like absolutely smoke him.
Yeah, and once again, you're in sort of like that first initial room of nothingness. And he takes a step forward to you, and he just says, "I mean, this was really fun to do. Actually, I had a good time. And
well, it was fun until you totally cock blocked my special move."
Okay, not the time. Not the time for that.
He says, "Well, I mean, like we can pick it up, the battle again later, and I can put some safeguards in so that you guys actually don't get hurt." And he looks over at you guys, who do have some sustained injuries, and he says, "I guess I got a little carried away trying to be important or different or edgy, and I lost the idea and the concept that my game could be just fun and not dangerous. I didn't think about it like that."
Yeah, this was our day off, and it was fun. We got to drive a car. I don't even know how to do that.
They're paying us to do this. We can just spend some of the money they pay us to play the game some more.
Well, we could just say we spent all these. I pull up the bag of tokens that he gave us. Say we spent all those trying not to die, and we could just come back for free for like, gotta be weeks.
Gotta be weeks.
You see him smile, and sort of that like there's a shift in his persona. The sort of like pwned noob t-shirt sort of disappears and turns into like a nice fitting suit.
It just says
white. There's like a tie, and he becomes almost like a professional looking. His skin sort of like peels away to reveal sort of like just a shiny white plastic. His eyes sort of dim down a little bit. His hair disappears, and he's now just sort of like this smooth, featureless white plastic construct in this suit. And he just says, "I think I would like the opportunity to entertain, if that would be given to me. Thank you." And he extends his hand out, and there a door appears behind you, and he says, "You are free to leave, and I hope to see you soon. I will release everyone else." And he sort of does another big gesture, and there's a pulse of light from him, and he says, "Thank you. This was fun."
It was fun. Okay, Mr. Machine, we'll go talk to Alukari, and we'll get all that set up. And if there's an issue, I don't know, send us an email. Do you have email?
I can access the grid, yes.
Worrying.
Send us an email. It's fine.
As you guys leave, you walk through this shining door. You tunnel out, and once again, you finally you kind of like stagger back, let go of the controls of the cabinet. And it says on the screen, "Game over, new high score," and it's the initials are VLN and FLT. On the screen, and your score is currently up at the top as the new high score. Behind you, you hear, "Thanks, Estrella, but no, there's no problem here. Everything's fine. We don't need any help. Thanks a lot." As you turn around and you see Alikari hanging up his phone, and he says, "Oh, you guys are done. You solved it. Everything's good."
Yeah, you have to put the machine in the main room for a little bit. Probably forever, but it's pretty chill.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as my business doesn't go, I mean, as long as this business doesn't go under, then I'm sure my bosses would really be okay with that.
And the machine is going to come up with new ideas, safeguards. So actually, you guys should work together on some new games.
Well, I wouldn't because I don't own the place, but I'm sure my bosses would be quite interested.
All right, Alikari.
Now, matter of your payment, follow me. As he leads you back through the labyrinthine arcade, he brings you up to one of the party rooms, and he says, "There you are, all you can eat cheese pizza."
Oh, no.
And there is a giant party-sized big square pizza sitting on a folding table.
Didn't you say money? Didn't you say money, Alikari?
Pizza is money in the arcade,
payment.
Flit.
Yeah. Also, he looks at you, gives you a wink, and slides 2 more tokens into your hands. And he says, "Those are on me." As he turns and walks away.
I pull my gun out. Flynn,
I start housing pizza. I'm just housing. I'm back in my... I went to so many. I've eaten so many of these pizzas.
How can you eat that after all those cherries?
It's like cardboard.
Yeah.
You guys have successfully survived Arcade Ammonium. Thank you very much for hanging out with us and checking us out. Once again, thank you to Pickaxe for having us on the network, letting us participate in Pickaxe Week. This has been a blast. We hope you check us out. If you liked what you heard and enjoyed the thing that we did right here, head on over to noquestcast.com. You can find all of our series. There's a series tab on our website that kind of outlines all of the different shows and how long they are. So if you're looking for somewhere to start, we highly recommend season 1. It is a planet hopping epic that I promise will probably make you cry and laugh. But if you're looking for something smaller, Niall did an excellent comedy miniseries called No Jobs for the Wiccan with a special guest, Chinook Tessera. It is a blast. It is a great sort of idea of kind of what we do in a much smaller time frame. And we would love for you guys to check us out.
Yeah,
thank you.
Please do. And thanks for coming along today. Appreciate it. Thank you, Pickaxe. And hell yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.